Link Jarrett, the Florida State head baseball coach. For his background, Link Jarrett, also known as Link, was born in January 26, 1972, and is currently 52 years old. He is from Tallahassee, Florida. He has a wife, Jennifer, and two kids, JT and Dawson. JT currently plays baseball for NC State. He has 11 years of head coaching experience, but around 20 in coaching, and he earned a degree in communications while at Florida State. For his baseball career, he played under the late great Mike Martin, one of the most famous college baseball coaches with the most wins. Played for 4 years, 1991 to 1994. He was a 4-year starter at shortstop, and they appeared in 3 College World Series. He was a 2-time All-American in 1993 and 1994, and owns the all-time NCAA assist record of 802. His coaching experience started at Flagler in 1999, and he coached for 3 years. He then was hired back at FSU in 2003 under Mike Martin, who he played for. That Knowles team was the #1 seed going into the NCAA tournament. He then was hired as a recruiting coordinator at Mercer for 2 seasons, 2004 and 2005. After that, he got hired as an assistant coach at ECU for 3 years, 2006, 2009, 41 seasons at ECU, and they made 3 NCAA regional appearances, one which led to a super regional in Chapel Hill. Jarrett's first Power 5 coaching job came at Auburn in 2010. He coached there for 3 years, 2010 to 2012. And in 2010, he was the SEC Assistant Coach of the Year. The Auburn Tigers were one of the very best teams in the SEC West, which is very competitive. And Jarrett was in charge of the team's offensive hitting, which was among the nation's best in multiple categories. After his 3-year stint at Auburn, he got his first head coaching job at UNCG, which is University of North Carolina in Greensboro. He coached there for 7 years, 2013 to 2019. There at UNC Greensboro, he won conference championships 2 times and had over 20 players earn conference accolades. After that, he was then hired as the head coach at Notre Dame for 3 years. Before him, Notre Dame did not have much success, but obviously it changed when he came. In 2021 is really when Link started to put them on the map. He had the Fighting Irish in the national conversation as he awarded National Coach of the Year and Conference Coach of the Year. 2022 was the big year for the Irish as they finished 41-17 in the regular season, which was the most wins for the Irish since 2006. And the postseason is kind of where they made their mark. They went past regionals, and then in supers, they faced the nation's #1 seed, Tennessee, which is known as one of the best teams ever. They won 57 games during the regular season, and they won the best out of 3 and headed to the College World Series. They only won 1 game at the College World Series, but it was Notre Dame's 3rd time going to the College World Series in program history. Here's a video of Notre Dame knocking off Tennessee.
To third. Brannigan goes to second for one. Miller to first. And with the outside of the game.
Now on the national scene, Jarrett was approached and offered by many of the nation's top programs in the offseason after his successful season at Notre Dame, and which stands now, he eventually went on to be the head coach at his alma mater, Florida State, where he is the head coach currently and has been for 2 years. Right now, in 2024, they currently hold a 37-13 record. Are ranked number 10 in the nation and number 2 in the ACC Atlantic. They're on pace to host a regional and possibly a super regional in the NCAA tournament, and they have multiple first round draft picks on the team. And then head coaching as a job, there are 291 D1 head coaching jobs available for baseball. Obviously, more when it comes to D2, D3, JUCO, and NAIA, but it's a very competitive industry. And everyone obviously wants it because it's such a cool job, but very few get it, especially at that high level or top tier programs like Florida State and Notre Dame. And then there are opportunities as a assistant recruiter, pitching and hitting coaches, but they don't get the pay that a head coach would get. And then pay can vary depending on the university. Only the top D1 programs get paid in the top tier for baseball. Right now, the head coach at Vanderbilt, which is a historic program, is getting paid 2.2 million a year, but obviously he's the highest paid coach and there's not very many like that.